Hello, guys, and we are joined by a very rare guest this split. I think for the first time we have the pleasure to do an interview, right? How do you feel right now?
I'm feeling interviewed. No, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm pretty happy about the game, even though we lost. It just happens to be that way. I think we played just a good series, so that's all I'm hoping for anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we should probably just talk about the specific games, right? So, what did you like for both games from today's game? Like, where do you think that Origen made like significant improvements from last week, or was there something that stuck in you where you said, "Oh, guys, we actually made an improvement there on stage"? Like, how was it for you?
I think it's about confidence. I think last week we had some confidence, but we were also playing against really meh teams. I think we played against Schalke, who's struggling right now, and we played against Rocket, who's obviously struggling because they're below us. Which is quite impressive. But now this week we played against Giants and Fnatic, and today, in comparison to yesterday, it's basically just day-night because I think when Pecker is someone that is actually observing the game from the outside and then steps in, he's extremely good at just being able to help everyone fulfill their role or fulfill the role they want to fulfill, because I'm not someone that necessarily wants to step out and like shot call all the time, because for me it's stressful, and for everyone it's stressful. So having like multiple players that are understanding of the game and have an understanding of the game, it's just easier to play the game, and you don't have to focus on the macro game. Everything just feels like a game flow instead of like, okay, what do we do now? What do we do now? No, this is not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be, okay, these are the options. Okay, we're going through them, and then that's a game flow. You don't even have to think twice. And as soon as things become natural, I think that's when Origen is actually succeeding. I think Pecker is an integral part of it.
So, yeah, was that the main reason why you guys decided to sub in Pecker for Toaster for today?
Yeah, but it's also like that Pecker, when he's stepping out of the game and he doesn't have to play and doesn't have to perform, I feel like he's someone that, and when he really enjoys the game, he's extremely good at his craft. So I think he brought a really positive mood into the team, like after yesterday's fallout, more or less, because obviously it's bad to go 0-2 against Giants. And I think that's what it's about. Like we've been struggling all split with basically trying to figure out if we can beat certain teams, but we never had the confidence where saying, okay, we will beat these teams, or we don't care if we beat them. Like, both approaches are better than thinking, can we actually beat them? Because if you second guess yourself and you doubt yourself, you're in a situation where fear settles in and you're not going to perform to your other best. So as soon as the pressure gets to you, that's when it becomes worse. And I think that's what Origen has been struggling on split. And maybe now's the time that maybe we're so loose that we don't give a crap anymore. But I don't know. Like, we'll just see coming in next week. So.
Yeah, talking about all these fears and not losing confidence, I think I'm in a situation where I can say that I've been through this, right? So I want to ask you like one question right now that might be a bit harsh, or I don't know, I want you to think about it. It's, what was like personally for you the biggest thing that you had to overcome or something as a player or as a person, maybe even going through such like a low phase, I think, because you have been at the top for like 2 years right now. You were semi-finalist twice, right? So being in that situation right now where you guys are is probably not the easiest thing, right? So did you learn anything about yourself maybe, or as a player?
I've learned that I have to approach the game differently when we're in a low point, because it's at some point it comes down to actually finding what you like about the game, and it's hard to do that once you're losing, because you're so used to winning, and that's basically your main source of endorphins and everything like that. So if you don't get the victory, if you don't get the W, you start to just feel bad. Yeah. You just feel bad. So I don't know, like I shouldn't feel bad after a loss, and I don't know why that got into my mind. And maybe it's the stress, maybe it's the pressure or something like that, because if we read through any Reddit thread, apparently I should have been replaced like 2 years ago, like before I even joined. So, and that's like kind of what happens to other people too on our team. It's there's so high expectations for us, and honestly, coming into the split, I obviously wanted to go to Worlds, and I obviously wanted to do the work for it, but at some point there was too many obstacles to overcome. Like, we think about the Sven Mithy situation, obviously that's going to put a lot of pressure on Pecker, because Pecker as an owner, if he's in that situation where his team is basically breaking apart, even though he's basically funded on friends and friendship, he's not going to be the happiest person in life, and neither is going to be anyone on the team who trusted the people. And then furthermore, when Forgiven stepped in and we tried to make it work with him, and it didn't work out, it obviously put even more pressure on Pecker, because he got that guy in, he obviously invested money into him, and like that's how it is, because he was contracted at that point, he was still on the HK, and then it doesn't work out. So what is he going to do at some point? So for all of us, we were basically in the same boat, because we signed up for friendship and we signed up for trying to be like with one another and trying to basically play and win with one another, instead of signing for different offers that could have potentially like had a better outcome, like or something like that. And then a lot of stuff just happens. And what I've just found is that no matter what happens, if you start to think that you're bad, if you start to think that your teammates are bad, if you start to think everything is bad, you're down a really, really bad road. And as soon as that happens, there's no coming back. So try to be happy, try to like actually play the game, enjoy the game, and at some point it's going to work out. And if it doesn't work out, well, worst case, you play relegations. And for all of us, that's maybe the reality, but we can't change that. Like, things happened, we can change that. So that's how we have to approach it.
Yeah, I don't want to touch too much on the future, because you said you don't know what's happened. Realistically, you could still make the miracle run through Gauntlet if you get 7th place, but those games they're still in the future, right? So I wanted to ask you, how do you approach like the next week, apparently, especially because you told me right before this interview that you want to take game by game, right? Can you elaborate a bit more on that?
I mean, I will just want to take day by day, to be fair, not even game by game anymore. Because the thing is that every day of practice just right now is basically just another chance to like play and be better or something like that, or work better as a team, like find more synergy, whatever it is. So it's just trying to become good while being in a healthy environment. And if that works out, like I can see us doing a lot of things, but I don't want to predict anything because it doesn't make sense to me, and we'll just play the game.
Yeah, but what we can predict is you can predict the future, right? So if you have anything to say to your fans, maybe, I think the Origen fan base is still as strong as before. You guys have a lot of supporters, right? And yeah, if you want to say anything to your loyal fan base, now is the chance, maybe?
I mean, for me, it's just important to let you guys know that it's obviously seemingly there that a lot of our players don't really give a crap, but it's quite the opposite. No matter what seems to be the thing on social media, you will not see me like enjoying myself after I lose the game. It's not how it works. I will cry or whatever it is, or be unhappy, whatever it is, and like feel like I want to retire. And you just have to know that is the way for all of us. We want to be as good as we want to be. Really good, and we're not that right now, obviously, and you guys want us to be good, so basically aiming for the same goal. And at that point, let's work together instead of trying to like force opposite. And I think a lot of fans do that already, and those who don't are probably not really true fans and rather like bandwagon fans, so I don't really appreciate that too much. That's all it is. But yeah, work together, and we're aiming for the same goal, man.
Aiming for the same goal. Yeah, best of luck for you for the future. The next week, of course, will be the last week of LCS, and fate will decide what you guys will have to do, yeah? So yeah, best of luck, and thank you so much for this interview. Really appreciate it. And if you guys want to check out more stuff, theScore.esports.com has you covered. Of course, go to the website, download the app, follow us on Twitter, and all the good stuff. Watch all my interviews if you like my face, or if you like his face. He has a couple of interviews there too. So see you guys next time, yeah?